I'm here on quite a chilly December day with James Hutchison of National Trust Threave Garden and Estate. My name's Helen Kerran. I'm the Education and Community Engagement Officer for the Galloway Glens Landscape Partnership Scheme. And today James is going to take me on a tour of the Black Park Path from Castle Douglas out to Threave Estate. You can also either go to Bridge of Dee or you can go out to Lamb Island. Now, this was a joint project done in partnership between the National Trust for Scotland, Threave Estate, and the Galloway Glens Landscape Partnership Scheme. My colleague Jonathan Barrett, the Land Access Officer, was the main person from the Galloway Glens side of things, but he's in New Zealand, having a lovely time, we hope. So James is going to take me for a little walk, and we're going to talk about the improved access to the path and how you can very easily get from Castle Douglas out to Threave by foot.
Right, here we are, James. Lovely to see you. First things first, how do we access the path from the Castle Douglas end?
Best way to remind yourself of where the path starts is directly behind the co-op. So you can see the co-op behind me. So easy to find in Castle Douglas. So just exit through the car park and then you're onto the path.
Where can we get to from here on foot, James?
So many locations we can get to. So the furthest away, about 4.5 kilometres from here, is Bridge of Dee. So that'll take you about an hour and 15 minutes roughly to get there. You can also access Lamb Island and Lamb Island Bird Hide. And also you can make the walk to Threave Nature Reserve, which approximately is about 30 minutes, half an hour from here as well. Another route you can take along the path is up to Threave Garden, and a little bit later on we can show you how to access that linking path, which will take you there as well.
Fabulous, let's go.
Great.
We've come to the first junction in the path, James, only a few metres further on. What's the access up there to?
So this path behind me connects to St Andrew Street, so you can access the path to Bridge of Dee and Lamb Island, etc. from here, but also if you're coming down from the co-op, it's just taking the path onto your right.
Right, here we are at another turning point, James, and although we've only been going 5 minutes, we're already feeling quite rural.
Yeah, so we're on the outskirts of Castle Douglas at this point, although it's signposted, just so you know, so you're not going to get lost. When you come to the end of the path from the bottom of the co-op, come to this side here, saying Path Threave Estate Walk, so just turn right and that will take you up to the path leading on to the walk to Lamb Island and Bridge of Dee.
Right, so this is one that I always miss out, James. I always just head straight up there. So it is well signposted, but this is the next one to Threave, isn't it?
So yeah, we've seen our first waymarker post at the end of the path just a moment ago. This is our second one here. So path through the Estate Walk and just going through the Method Road behind me.
We've had some lovely walks just now along the very accessible path, I might add, very easy surfaces. But where are we now, James?
So we're about a third of the way along from the path towards Threave Nature Reserve, which is on the wooden footbridge here. We've got the A75 just behind us, and we've got Carlingwood Lane, which is this water course here, and lots of wildlife to be seen. A couple of moments ago we had a meagle swan just gracefully swimming along, so lots of wildlife to be looking out for at this point onwards.
Well, here we are just outside CD, and we've been walking about 25 minutes probably. We've been stopping a lot obviously, but I just wanted to show you on this what's turned into a lovely December afternoon. Castle Douglas in the background there, looking absolutely stunning. And the other thing to mention is that as you look there at the path, and James is standing in front of this very nifty gate, an easy access gate, and then if we look back up the other way, the path continues. It's really nice surface. I mean, it is a bit boggy because it's been raining for the last 3 days, but it's great surface, and that was a really important part of this project. I know both from the National Trust for Scotland, Threave, all access is so important, and certainly from a Galloway Glens point of view, this project was inspired by Alistair Livingston, a great friend of Castle Douglas. So it's lovely to see it in action and to see that such care and thought has been taken about the access and the way for everyone to enjoy it, whether you're on a scooter or a wheelchair or a pram or a bike even, or a horse, I think, James, with these gates.
Yes, so it's really accessible, particularly to this point here. So looking behind me, really nicely paved path that has been widened as well, and for wheelchairs and prams, up to this point in the path, it's very accessible for both of those.
So we've come to another branch in the path. James, what happens if we set off up there?
You can head up this path here. This will take you through Barley Hill, the woodland behind us, and this will ultimately lead up to Threave Garden, which walking time from here around about 25 minutes. The only thing to look out for, you'll have to cross the B736, so just take care when crossing the road. but there's lots of signposts to direct you to the garden.
Fabulous. And then in for tea and cakes in the cafe.
Absolutely, yeah. Pop in for a cup of coffee and a scone, and you can have a look around the garden as well.
Well, here we are at the beginning of the Threave Nature Reserve. We've been talking so much, it's snuck up on us, but if you head up there you can see the visitor centre, and this is the start of another big walk you could do, James, is that right?
Yeah, so we've been walking now for around about half an hour, which has brought us to this point here, which is the start of the Threave Nature Reserve walk. And from here to do the Nature Reserve circular walk and back again to this point, around about 3.5 kilometres, and it'll take you about an hour to do that walk. But you might plan on staying a little bit longer because we've got the 4 nature hides that you can stop in, have a cup of tea and a snack, and look out onto the abundance of wildlife that we have as well.
Yes, and the Threave estate is rich in archaeology, of course, and I know you've been doing some hidden archaeology walks with the National Trust, Threave, and the Galloway Glens project, Can You Dig It? We're delighted to have Derek Alexander, the head of archaeology for National Trust Scotland, do an online talk for us back in September, I think it was, about the archaeology Threave estate through the ages, and that was fantastic, so interesting. So if you want to catch up on that, you can look on the Galloway Glens YouTube channel and just search for Threave estate through the ages. Well worth a look.
Yeah, so as well as the abundance of wildlife to be seen, we've got the visible archaeology at Threave Castle. We've also got so much hidden archaeology as well, as Helen mentioned, lots to be seen online, lots of hidden archaeology dating back, several hundred, if not thousands of years. So a rich variety of heritage here at Threave.
So we've just splashed our way through a bit of a puddle there, James. I don't think it's normally like this, but how's it looking at the moment?
Yeah, it's not often like this, but it's just worth bearing in mind that particularly during the winter time, can have a lot of rainfall and the path can be a little bit waterlogged, as you can see behind me. So if you are coming out to do your walk, it might be worthwhile having some waterproof footwear with you, just in case it's like this.
Now then, James, we didn't bring our lunch.
Yeah, no, perfect spot to have a wee rest and also bring your lunch or a flask of tea and just sit and enjoy, have a snack, have your lunch and look out onto the fantastic views as well.
I know, it's absolutely gorgeous today, isn't it? Look at those storm clouds brewing. Hopefully we can get there before they break. Here we are, James, and getting a little bit tired, in need of a sit down for my aching bones. Can you help me with that?
Absolutely, so we've been walking now, I don't know, about 40-45 minutes from Castle Douglas. We've just passed one of the picnic benches, which you saw in the clip, and this is another bench here just to have a wee rest and also to take in the surroundings as well. Great spot from here to looking out onto the nature reserve, and right at the heart of that we have Threave Castle, so a great spot to look at the views as well.
Well, here we are again, James. We're just at the entrance to we're only about 800 metres, so we're within sniffing distance of the Lamb Island here, going to go underneath an absolutely beautiful railway bridge by the look of it. We'll have a closer look at that when we come to it. But also, where else can we get to from here, James?
There's 2 other possibilities for walking at this point. So we've arrived at this crossroads and we've got the estate link path. So if you follow that along up here, it will take you to the flyover over the A75. Once you've crossed the flyover, you've got 2 options. You can either take a right, which will take you on the brand new footpath connecting here to Bridge of Dee, or you can take a left and that will take you back towards Threave Garden. And both of those walks from here are around about 25 minutes.
Well, James, I just wanted to stop here because this bridge is so beautiful and it's absolutely stunning there, a bit different from the A75 and a real reminder of days gone by. And also a reminder that the National Trust for Scotland doesn't just look after the natural resources of the area.
Absolutely, we've got so much built heritage within our care, such as this beautiful bridge behind us, and a reminder, as you said, to the steam trains that would have been going along down this line many years ago, connecting various points in the southwest of Scotland.
Well, here we are at Lamb Island. We made it. Absolutely stunning walk, really enjoyable. And this is the bridge onto it. Not looking its absolute best at the moment, James, but very excited to be here.
Absolutely, so here we are about to cross the bridge to Rough Island. We've got this temporary fencing up at the moment, but that's one thing we're looking at replacing in due course. But a fantastic bridge, lots of history. It was strengthened during the Second World War to carry tanks, so that's a nice interesting fact about it as well. And a lovely crossing over the River Dee and onto the island.
So here we are on the island ourselves, and I think we're at the end of the line in 2 senses, James.
Yeah, so here we are, we've just crossed over the bridge, and if you can imagine, going back a few years, if you carried on down here, you would cross over a second railway bridge, and this would have made up the main line across southwest Scotland, but the second bridge was demolished many years ago now. So we've got a choice at this point. We can either go down the steps here, or the nicer gradual path which takes you down toward the bird hide.
Fabulous, let's go and have a look. Okay, so here we are, we've made it. Here's the hide at Lamb Island. James is just nipping off to let us in, and we'll see what we can see, but it's absolutely gorgeous on this winter's day. Just really atmospheric. I'll go and see what James can find in there. All right, here we are inside the hide. It's a lovely little hide, and look at the views. Amazing. The river's quite high, you were saying, James.
Yeah, we've had so much rain in the last couple of days. You can really see that effect today with the water level.
Yeah, and we're making quite a lot of noise, but I guess on normal times it would be there'd be plenty to see out here in the way of wildlife and bird life.
Yeah, particularly early part of the day is really good. Lots of activity to be seen first thing.
Well, that was an absolutely fabulous walk out with James. What a day we've had, and we've been so lucky with the weather. 3.5 kilometres, just about an hour of walking, bit less. We stopped a lot, but absolutely glorious trip out and about, and absolutely delighted to be working in partnership with Galloway Glens and the National Trust for Scotland, Threave estate. So thank you, James. I think you're in shot there. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoyed this, and we might make a few more vlogs another day if we've got it in us.